Welcome back. You got Will and I-Man here from the Block Runner, MetaZone, and Rovi. And today we have a Binance hack of mass proportions.
Doesn't feel that mass to me, to be honest. And
$500 million is not nothing.
Well, but what was actually extracted was 100 million. And from the words of CZ himself, dude, this is like small fish.
Yeah, it is.
He's like, dude, we burned this like
it was a quarter. It's a quarter of what they last burned, apparently.
Yeah, so like, yeah, according to CZ himself, this really isn't that bad. But nonetheless, the reaction to it seems bad, right?
So we got a couple articles here to kind of break down what's happened. According to this article, $560 million in a bridge hack. Another bridge compromised.
See, that's definitely one core takeaway from this. I mean, we've been seeing these all year, I guess, since like the beginning of...
On Ethereum, on Solana.
Ronin,
yeah.
Several others, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You know, but clearly the
so it seems like the forking of these bridges, because that's what's happening, right? They forked a bridge, or sorry, they copied the bridge, and that vulnerability has just been following them around, and that's why we've seen all these bridge hacks.
Yeah.
So and 560 million was taken.
But bridging obviously is still like it's an essential, I guess, component to
cross-chain communication
or just interoperability of assets, things like this. Yeah. These are core fundamental, like, you know, Web3 tenets. Like, you got, if we're gonna build all these siloed ecosystems, there has to be a way to traverse between them, right? So the bridges, as like vulnerable to attack as they are, they're still very, very, very necessary.
Yeah.
So that's like a huge point of focus, I think, for a lot of development is to like really implement some better security measures for this stuff. But nonetheless, it happened again. Binance. So how'd they handle it, dude?
So it was pretty interesting. So apparently they stole $500 million worth of BNB, which is roughly 2 million BNB tokens.
Okay.
Right. And they bridged that to multiple chains, and they also borrowed a lending protocol on Binance Smart Chain borrowed 150 million in stablecoins.
Into Venus, which is basically like an Aave clone, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
I mean, a lot of what exists on Binance are just clones of, you know, DeFi primitives from the Ethereum ecosystem. Like, as we've already identified, in any layer one chain, you're going to see the same primitives relabeled, maybe like small little variances from here and there, but nonetheless, like that's what they do. So
yeah,
he just smart guy, right? He's a hacker.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he was trying to, I guess, like make as much damage as he could as quickly as he could, because I'm pretty sure in the back of his mind I'm pretty sure this is the case for any thief. It's like you got to act fast.
Yeah,
you got to extract as much like thievery as you can and be quickly before you get caught. And little did he know, dude, the BNB police, dude, they're hot on your tail if you like fuck with them, right? How are they able to respond so quickly to like he stole that much $500+ million of the value, but he was only able to extract around 100 million.
Because, but the way he extracted it was he borrowed the 150 million from Venus, right? And then he bridged some of those assets to multiple other chains, 53 million in assets on Ethereum and almost 49 on Phantom, and so that's what he did. So theoretically, he might still have access to these funds. So about 100 million was actually taken off the chain. So what happened during all of this? Binance submitted a tweet, and they said, due to irregular activity, we're temporarily pausing Binance Smart Chain.
Yeah.
And to confirm, we have suspected BSC after having determined a potential exploit. All systems are now contained, and we're immediately investigating.
Yep.
So bridge hack, $500 million compromise, $100 million actually moved off chain.
Essentially, like the same. You could just remove BNB chain, just like slap any like corporate companies in that place with the same like verbiage of response to any kind of like system hack, right? Any sort of database breach.
Yeah.
Sorry guys, like we have to go temporarily offline for the day because we have a lot of things to patch up. We have to, you know, yada yada yada, right? Like these are the types of responses and communications you expect from corporations, centralized organizations, right?
Exactly.
This is not how you expect a decentralized Web3 ecosystem community to kind of like, handle these types of issues, because in just the nature of a truly distributed ecosystem, it's just not that.
It's not that
fast.
quick.
Yeah, you cannot react that quickly.
Yeah, so Binance and friends, they were calling all their buddies Hash, Neptune, the Avengers.
They
called those guys.
Unbelievable, dude.
It's like, hey, turn off your operating system because.
Yeah, dude. They called in Tony Stark.
Yeah.
That's how fucking serious this was.
And they had the chain stop in order to kind of slow down the hacker.
Yeah.
But by the time they stopped it, only 100 million had been lifted off the chain itself. So Ethereum, I guess Binance forks Ethereum, they centralize it more, and then all of a sudden they have the ability to control it.
Yeah, I mean, they reduce it down basically to a handful of actors that actually have real control over the network.
Yeah.
And so, which you could, so they did, so you can, I don't know, like you could say, I guess the difference is this is also kind of like what ended up happening on the Ethereum side.
Yeah.
Meaning like the majority of the ecosystem is owned by like a small handful of actors.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
You could say like these things are potential new existential variants, as far as like a threat to the Ethereum ecosystem as a whole, right? Like, just because I think the ethos behind Ethereum is much more aligned with like thinking this is not how you should operate, but nonetheless, like, who knows? Some of those actors can collude.
Yeah, on Ethereum.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Coinbase and there's a few others. Majority of Ethereum miners are in the United States. And so that's why the SEC is saying that the jurisdiction of Ethereum is in their hands.
Yeah.
Right? So they could just call up Coinbase and say, hey, stop what you're doing. But the ultimate consequence of doing that is slashing.
Yeah.
And so potentially Coinbase may not be so quickly convinced by any regulation to stop processing Ethereum transactions. So
yeah, we just recorded a video before this one about the MakerDAO organization bringing in basically heavily centralized financial products, aka government treasury bonds, into
hard money.
Yeah, into their ecosystem. And the questioning again of like, damn, dude, like how decentralized are we? Like,
yeah.
And now this and other things, it's like, damn, like, is this ethos like bullshit?
Bitcoin is really getting juicy though. Like, you can't shut that down. You can't stop nothing.
That seems to be like
the
common response. Like anytime these kinds of things happen, like the Bitcoin bros like to show up. It's like, how's that?
Yeah.
How's that
freeze feeling? Yeah.
So, how's that Web3 going, guys? It's like, it's like we're over here in Bitcoin land, dude. It's like totally.
They're just chilling, dude.
We don't even know who built this shit, guys. Like that's how decentralized we are.
Yeah.
It's like, that's what they always like to come in and like talk shit, dude.
Yeah.
But maybe for good reason, because fuck. I mean, we like to tout these tenets and these ideals.
Yeah.
Right? That like we want to counteract all the injustices, I guess, of the potentials for centralization, right? It's social media, data controls, literally like mind manipulation.
Yeah.
Through big tech conglomerates and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then banking, of course. So it's like, fuck, man. But like, is it achievable? Is it doable?
I don't know.
Are we just lying to ourselves? Is the attempt like worthy at the end of the day?
I still trust in Vitalik.
Yeah.
And I feel like he's going to figure out.
But that's the thing. You can't trust in one man, dude.
Well,
if we do, then you should tell him to build a company. Like, it's more like we should trust in humanity, whether or not we could pull this off.
Well,
dude,
I don't know if humanity is as intelligent as Vitalik.
Yeah, that's a big negative.
Yeah.
If that's the case, we got to trust ourselves.
I mean, the thing is, like, Satoshi built Bitcoin. We don't have to trust Satoshi. We just look at his code. But the code of Ethereum, they still have nodes. That nodes are heavily centralized to Coinbase. And Coinbase can do nefarious activity and therefore get slashed. So they're less incentivized to participate in any of this nefarious activities from the government, for example.
Yeah.
And but Ethereum, they're working on completely more decentralization, right? Anybody with one ETH can be a node.
Yeah, true.
Right, running on your cell phone.
Yeah,
And
but even in that context, like still like
you wouldn't be able to shut down Ethereum like they shut down Binance Smart Chain.
No, and again, like that's kind of like this is obviously it's good to be able to come to quick consensuses, like
Sure.
you know, for situations like this. But you know, a huge determining decision like halting the entire chain, suspending transactions, stuff like that. That's massive. Right?
Yeah,
That's a huge thing that requires a
It's an indicator to developers not to build on your chain.
Yeah,
that's all it means. Especially developers who are trying to build something with the right ethos.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. It's like it depends on the developers. If the developer's only interested in building again consumer grade friendly products, then
it's fine.
In this case, like let's say you have a dApp built on the Binance Smart Chain and it's got over 100 million users.
Yeah.
Right. You've built this beautiful front end application that has like all these services. People just always logged in to do something, interact with your dApp. You could have hidden this from them one way or another, right? Or not? Like, could you?
Unless they were like in your Discord say, "Hey, I can't send my sword to my friend."
Yeah, I guess if the chain is completely halted, then actually all activities of that dApp are halted. So I mean, the messaging would have to be something similar you would expect from like I don't know.
Yeah, like YouTube is down.
Yeah, imagine any other company, right? How would they mess?
Yeah, that's all they would say, and people would be like, "Oh, that sucks for like the few hours that you're waiting."
Oh shucks, dude. It's like all right, I'll come back and I don't know.
I'll play my game tomorrow, I guess.
Exactly. So from that perspective, that developer is still Gucci.
And not only that, it's trained. We're trained to think that way. We're there's nothing we can do when YouTube goes down or Twitter goes down. That's it. You just don't use it for that day, and that's it.
Yeah.
Right. But you can't have that when you're trying to build a financial infrastructure that you can't shut down. Right.
Oh, there you go.
You can't do that.
Yeah.
Right. So that's why
different.
Bitcoin. I mean, it's just. We've said everything about Bitcoin that we can't say, right? You can't shut it down, right? So that is, I mean, that's where you want your money on Bitcoin.
I see. Yeah, much more like, it seems like to me like we're always boiling down to that, realizing like much more like pertinent, life decisions, like big financial moves, anything like that.
Yeah.
These like things like Ethereum make more sense, like more consumer centric, like, I don't know, like, daily like staple mainstays of activity make much more sense in these potentially much more volatile back-end systems, whether it's a layer 1 or layer 2, whatever. Right.
I mean, in many cases, decentralization is not the main use case for a particular dApp.
No,
right? Like you're playing
not.
a game, you don't need decentralization.
Really, as long as like you're receiving your on-chain product.
Sure.
Right.
Sure.
From the consumer's perspective, like they're not here trying to change the world.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So like there are a class of developers who are, if you align and you truly have these ideologies of the Web3 ethos, which is like fuck Binance for one, that would be it.
Yeah.
If you're one of those developers, you're like for sure not there.
Yeah.
But again, if you're like probably the majority of developers who literally only want money.
Yeah. It's like, let's go to Binance.
Fucking let's do it, Binance. Fuck Ethereum and your slowness. Like, I'm not waiting around for your bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's true.
So that's the thing. It's just, man.
But ultimately, it's like where the liquidity is going to be. That's really what we're talking about. If all the liquidity is going to be on like the uncensorable chain, the chain that's hosting the world's financial infrastructure, that's where the people are going to be. That's where the dApps end up are going to be.
Well, 1,000%, but it's also just like the ethos. Basically, we're just trying to quantify the ethos, like how much value it even has, because we've seen these things happen on other chains, and they still exist. They're probably stronger than ever before. Binance is gonna be stronger than ever.
Yeah,
like these things obviously don't even matter. Like these should be like.
But we've seen this happen in the Web2 space. Everybody's been hacked.
Yeah.
Every company, Apple, YouTube, Google, everybody's been compromised, and Facebook. They're still going.
Yeah.
Same thing's going to happen here.
Well, yeah, I mean, the hacks it's an unavoidable risk, but I'm talking about the ethos purely. It's like if we actually cared as a user base, as a community, as whatever, like then these things would kind of like be, examples of I don't know.
Yeah, what not to do or where not to go.
Yeah, absolute.
Yeah.
Ultimate sins.
Sure.
Right? But I guess because, like you said, Ethereum had a similar situation in the past.
Yep.
And this is but they responded differently.
They forked it.
They forked.
Yeah.
The community didn't have such a quick consensus as CZ waking up middle of the night. Hey guys, everything,
Yeah, it's like
shut down for like an hour.
What happened? It's like he woke up, was like, what happened? Oh, we were hacked. It's like, you guys take care of it? They're like, yeah.
Fucking great, dude. I'm going back to sleep. Peace. You know what I mean? An Ethereum situation is a little more contentious, as you would expect from like an actual distributed ecosystem with like many different actors, many different opinions, right?
Yeah.
A real governance process.
For sure. Yeah, they created the multiverse, right? One chain is no hack, the other chain is a hack.
And they live in
separate parallel universes.
That's true. But so we get to see what the end result of that will be.
Right.
But nonetheless, that is the reality of a truly decentralized ecosystem. It burdens the execution layer of things big time.
Yeah.
Like it slows everything down. We've seen this repetitively in all decentralized attempts.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if we can ever have speed in a decentralized ecosystem.
You would have to, again, centralize the processes down.
Decision making.
Yeah, like down to some sort of like committee type board situation, which governments do,
It's like, what if like it was so decentralized, you received a notification on your phone, it's like, your chain,
you get real-time votes.
Yeah, your train was hacked. Do you want to proceed with the chain? Yes or no?
Yeah.
It's like, no, I don't want to proceed with this hack.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's like automatic fork, based on consensus or continue.
Plus, you can't expect users to respond unless they're being rewarded to actually
they might
vote, like daily, like it's just like an activity of people's day-to-day lives.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, man, another one of these,
Yeah.
I mean, they bombard us with fucking governance decisions, but as long as it's like that's my UBI,
to
an ecosystem. It's like, as long as I keep doing that and I vote on a daily basis, I don't have to work.
I get my UBI.
I'm chilling.
Consistently. Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Dude, that's crazy.
Let's do that.
Man.
That sounds great, actually. Fuck. But then, I don't know, some people will just not, and then we'll have even more homeless, because nobody wants to vote, dude. It's so fucking boring.
Yeah, but it should be so easy as you get a notification, yes or no.
And then we get like unreliable actual, consensus, because
that's true.
The majority of people don't actually know the matters.
They don't even understand, like, I just no or yes doesn't matter. I still get my money.
But the point is, decentralization is tough.
Yeah.
Obviously. Centralization is easier. And as a result,
and more nefarious potential.
Exactly. So it's a question of ethos. Like it's been under attack, and man, such is a bear market.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fuck.
All right, guys, let us know what you think about Binance, I guess, pausing their chain and ultimately preventing a $500 million hack. And let us know in the description, or I'd say in the comment section below. Follow us on Twitter @TheBlockRunner, @MetaZone.io, and Roby AI. And until the next video,
peace.